Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to our Let's Play of EU4 with RedBstrd as Brabant turned into Netherlands. So we are going to launch our war here against Commonwealth. Oh, they are not even paying for one of these forts. That's glorious. Let's see if we can hit them here and wipe them out. Let's put the general right here rather than in that second army, just to ensure that we hit them a little faster and a little harder during the first few days of the war. These guys I was going to send up here, but looks like with those walls cracked and the 42% progress, it's going to fall before we even get there. These guys we're going to send up to here, split them in half, so as to get halfway. Send these guys to there. And they'll get some people in the garrison, particularly because February is a short month. But it won't be a lot of people. That should fall pretty quickly. Okay, down here we can end this war. As well wait till March till we have that last accord. Hopefully we'll stack wipe them here, but I don't think we will. Move up here to Radibor. Muscovy wants military access. No, I think not. And I can mention it, you are next. Okay, so everything is now cored. We're going to reduce this war exhaustion because it reduces coring cost when we do that. And we're going to hand this over to Transylvania. So we'll take these two. Some people are going to get pissy with us, but we don't care. We don't have any problems coring this because Poland no longer has their core on it. We'll give it to our clergy right away. And we don't have enough points to start on that. We can take 92 worth of stuff from Sardinia, Piedmont. So start with these three. Okay, then we'll finish off the islands here. Actually, we should be smart and take all of their forts. That's 112 worth, so we're going to have to be a little tamer. 89. Yeah, I think that's about all that we can justify taking from them. But if we can force them to release some people. Let's see, Ferrara, yeah. Well, Ferrara's not ever going to agree to be our vassal because we have their cores. That's the only thing we can make them release. Then we could... Whoa, they've got some ducats. $1,200 ducats. I think that's good because now they're bite size. And we can eat up each of those guys individually. So we don't want to pay for these forts. We'll leave one at Rome, just on general principle because it's Rome. And we'll leave an army there. But we're going to pull the rest of these guys and send them east to deal with the Commonwealth. Okay, Milan, yeah, we'll keep that fort there. And looks like we got everything how it should be. Might as well send this over to Rome. Okay, it's going to take us a little while to core all this. That's a lot of stuff to core. very high development. But fortunately, we're not going to take anything in the east for ourselves. We're totally going to vassal feed. Okay, and let's just renew this. Yeah, that looks really good. They may... Nope, they're at 80-something%. Wish they would just tell us over extension somewhere. Maybe there's a place that they tell us. Okay, so we wipe their army. I don't like having that modifier. Wondering if we could culturally shift and become somebody else. We could potentially become the Roman Empire. We need to grab a few more things. In the Middle East in particular. And Egypt. But if we really need to, we can take this policy of neutrality to get our diplomatic reputation higher. And right now, honestly, the limitation is our diplomatic power, not our diplomatic reputation. We are going to be losing papal influence over time, but we'll probably end up still gaining it because of... Yeah, we will never support such a state. Oh, just gotta finish my thought. Because of all the conversions. So I'm thinking we'll... Now let's see how much we're actually making. We only lose 5 per year. And I think we'll be getting that much. Just from all the conversions. So we can attack Muscovy at any point now. But we really don't have anyone to feed over there. So who would be our subject? I want to release Novgorod. Because we would end up giving them a whole bunch of other stuff. Same with the Golden Horde. I guess we could do that. Just give them all this. But yeah, we really don't need to overthink this. Who are you? Qasim. We give Qasim because they would be Orthodox. I mean, the Golden Horde would get more cores out of it. They'd end up taking a bunch of our territory. So do we really care? I mean, I like the Golden Horde, so I think we're going to go with the Golden Horde. Release them, feed them, reintegrate them in. Okay, this army can afford to march north. Go to Latgalia. And how our subjects desire. Leon has got high liberty desire because of that Diplotech and their pretty high development. But we've got 90% integrated, so that's never going to last. And I realize that Brabant is something that we have to core. We got so many things we need to core. I'm not stressing about that. I already have low war enthusiasm. And we've just gotten started. Okay, 61, we're almost capturing that. So once these two fall, I think we'll just sign peace. I have to be careful here on how much I take. Oh, we just wait for that to fall. Skulf. We can attack from there. I guess we're going to leave them with Neva for this war. Let's get these guys over here and ready. All of our armies going to be moving east. And then we'll just spread them out once we get them all over there. Okay, we could potentially get a vassal in here. But we've probably got Tuscan cores. We do. We definitely got Ferrara's cores. Definitely got Milan's cores. Yes, none of those are going to be our vassals. But at least we can take them in separate wars and all that. Might as well hit this army, get them off there. Okay. Start coring, so we can't take any of this for ourselves. I want to know how much territory we can take. That's a pretty good peace deal. I mean, I like that peace deal. Yeah. Okay, so that was pretty quick. Okay, so what do we want to do about this? Well, certainly we want to start giving some territory to Riga. So use this map mode so we know what we don't have cored, and we're going to grant them. Let's just go north first, so Livland I can take. Ravel. Narva. Jorpet. Rosal. Boldenschen. We have a Metau. Still only up to 30. Gallia. Samogidia. I guess with 37. Now, let's start with Transylvania a little bit. We want to give them this province. Marish. Only up to 20%. I think we were coring this. So are we coring it? We are not currently coring it. So we could force him to become our religion. Which would be smart. Let's see. Okay, then we want to give him Krakow. And Radibor gets him up to 44. Breslau. Bogau. Poznan gets him up to 70. Okay, up to 86 over extension. $92. Let's see what we can get them. This gets them up to 96. Turn off. Okay, so at 99, so that's as much as we can feed them. Okay, Riga. So Trakai. Let's check to make sure that Riga is Catholic. Riga is Catholic, good. And up to 65. 75. 83. Loveland gets up to 93. Hopefully they can fit this last little bit in. Just one more tiny little wafer. 97. And that's so nice. We were at 279 over extension. Now, let's wait. Well, those burgers we're going to need to give some territory to. So let's see what they want. I give them Ferrara? Not yet. Venezia, they already have. Frenzy and Genoa, not quite yet. Co? We give you Co? Nope. Oh, we didn't take Co. Not yet, anyway. We haven't taken Champagne yet. Gonna have to add some of the stuff into estates. Okay. Is there anything nice in Italy? Oh, this is pretty good. Okay, let's give it a month. Okay, now we're down to 89, so everything is looking good there. Now we're going to start annexing Catalonia. Provence, we want to feed some more. In France, we'll probably have, well, maybe not. We might have a chance to feed Catalonia in another war. But we're basically just going to pick up vassals, start integrating them, get new vassals. Okay, anyone else we need to feed and annex? Well, it's going to take some time for these guys to core, 2 years. Do we want to start integrating them in already? They need to convert some stuff, so we're going to leave them alone for now. Yeah, we're going to leave them alone. And we're just going to wait like another month. February's a short month, so 1st of March. Okay, the Allied jump war. It really has bad taste in allies. Let's just cut, we'll cut just south of them just so that they don't try that. And these guys will cut just north of them. So I'll try moving north. And move on to their fort. These guys will leave here. These guys will get down to Riga and have them. Okay, we'll split them up. To different places where there could be revolts. Okay, their army did move north. And they escaped destruction for the moment. That's fine, we'll wait to see where they stop. They're probably going for a fort of some sort. Yes, we've got huge parts of Europe conquered. I mean, really all we have left is just a little bit of the Commonwealth, so we need one more war. We need another war with France. We need a little bit in Italy. We need to finish off Muscovy here. Did we ever vassalize you guys? We didn't. So let's get that. Well, where are we going to attack them? I don't know. Santa Ram. He's making up stuff. Why would we care about Colombia's territory? I've been watching Narcos. I mean, I'm okay with the idea of, like the idea of Colombia, but okay, we're gonna hit a mirror. They do have a bunch of forts east of there. So I'm not sure how much war score we can get. Why don't you guys sit in this territory down here? Move into Krakow. Oh, prestige. Sorry, taking a drink there. Throat was getting a little dry. Okay, it looks like our video is going fine. We are just 25 minutes in. This army wasn't even going for them, but it might end up stack wiping the forces. Yep, it did. So I have to decide. We might become the Roman Empire. It does sound like a good way to end this. Go from Brabant to Netherlands to Rome. Rome reborn. Not like Byzantium, but like Roman Rome. Persia's attacking Muscovy. We should attack Persia soon. I think that'll be our next target, because we're going to have a truce with everyone. We can go for the Ottomans and try to take Alexandria from, but I think we want to take some stuff from Persia. We need some bits of Europe, and we do need this whole Mashriq region. So yeah, they'll be our next target. Okay, 165. Now we have to go to the 531. And the reason why is because we need to be coring. We're definitely going to wait on this war, though. The Persian War, I mean. Okay, so we've definitely got to make sure that they don't get too much territory in this region, because they're trying to get our Golden Horde provinces. So we're going into carpet siege mode for a minute. We might have to send some troops over to capture these other forts. Yeah, one individual province, I mean, who cares? Okay, we can get some Diplo points. We're going to do that, risking increasing this influence. We can get some more men. Yep, we're going to do that. Because that manpower pool is starting to hurt. We'll take this while we have papal influence. So can't guarantee that it's going to be moving upward, but it'll be easy to track now. We're at 7. So let's see if that goes up or down. Okay, let's send them a gift. Let's get you up there, you up there, you up there, and this army. Alright, we should have left guys there. Because for a moment, it looks like they pulled troops off. They did. Okay, let's get some troops back down there. Okay, got all sorts of armies moving into position. We'll have to wipe them out here, but that's probably not going to be too big of an issue. Got everything coring. Papal controllers, sure. So we are losing a little bit here. Let's get these guys in position to attack the Persians. Sadly, we only have 34 war score. Hey, Leon is ours. Now let's improve relations with these two guys, since they do see us integrating our other vassals. They might get moody. Don't have all the war score we want. Any guys? I think we're gonna let you do that. Okay, so we inherited a fleet here. Let's get it into port. Okay, it is upgraded, so we'll just send it down. We'll just send it down to Rome, and we'll see what it can do there. So we're still working on building up ships. We've only got 544. The rest will get up there eventually. Okay, so we got all of this. We'll keep some of these forts. Toledo's worthless to us. Lisboa will keep. Okay, I don't think we really need this level 4 fort in Berlin any longer either. Only got 36 war score, that's just crazy to me. I guess it'll go up the longer we control our capital, but still. Okay, so if we were to piece them out right now, let's see what we could take. That's pretty good. It's 84%, 87% to give us. We actually don't want any money, because that would just lengthen the peace timer. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Takes everything down there that we would possibly want. Theodoro, sure. Okay, we're now at 154, so we're going to create a subject. Golden Horde, they get 10 provinces, they are going to be Sunni. And again, we're going to flip to this map mode. Oh, Golden Horde, Forced Religion. And you get Soar. Anthem Oka. To Moskva. Tver. Bezhetsk. Vladimir should be near the top, because it's an inverse alphabetical order, which is so weird. There's got to be some way that we can switch these around. Okay, so that's all of it. And their Liberty Desire is now manageable, and it will just keep getting better. Excuse me. And before, as with before, we're going to take Theodoro and enforce our religion on him. Get a royal marriage here. And we won't be able to do that here. They'll get over this in time. Okay, they get probably pretty high revolt risk chance. Okay, so Persia. Persia, it's going to be. Over Georgia. And we'll just sweep through there, wrecking some of these armies. Send these guys up and these guys up to deal with them. Okay, now one thing I should do is spend a little bit of prestige 2 times to get that down low. When's our next truce going to expire? Ottomans next year. Some of these forts, they've been failing to maintain appropriately. We've got the 2 armies to deal with their armies. Let's go down here where there's more supply. We got 247k, and our papal influence is pretty stable. It went from 7 to 6. Sure. Get some mercantilism. Not that we need it too much, but our Republican tradition is taking outward now. Could try them. Okay, let's get this army over there. We'll put this general in charge and march over here and back again. And I got 3-star general for those troops of Oman, but I doubt they have super high manpower. And I doubt they're troops for, Space Marines or something. So the real worry is just if we attack them in mountains or something. Or if they're working with Persian troops. But at this point in the game, I am not scared of a single 3-star general. Never going to get over Ottoman Australia. I like that so much. It's actually in New Zealand too. Okay, so they're probably going for these troops, so let's get over there and reinforce. Hopefully we can do that in time. Yeah, it's going to be ugly. Well, cut off one head and 2 more shall rise to take its place. Hail Hydra. Okay, yeah, so they got some punch, you know, when they're attacking superior numbers and we don't have general. But otherwise, ooh, you know what we should do? We should attack your rock and vassalize them. Yeah. That's definitely what we should be doing with our time. Okay, so they got, where are they going? Solikamsk. Oh, they won. So this would be good. Russia's capital's not on the important fort. That's just a tiny little fort. I have to wait here. But this should fall really soon. Okay, now we've got a bit of a wall here. Not a complete one. But at least that's dry land, so we can control access through it pretty easily. We can attack into it. It's not like it's a mountain pass. We're down to 200k manpower. Okay, onward. Now we can move these guys, inch them forward a little bit. Okay, now we've got a wall of troops, as long as our subjects stay in place. Let's set everyone as supportive. And yeah, they already abandoned that to try working with us. That's fine. Okay, they're going to Zanjan. We don't have a general or anything right here. Let's move up there. See if we can support them and get there in time. We can. So that's good, we nullified their advantage. Okay. You get to be our vassal. Let's take all your money too. And no one seems to care. Okay, Iraq. What kind of ideas do you have? They do have religious, so we're definitely going to force them. Okay, their opinion needs to be positive, so we'll work on that. And their liberty desire will skyrocket when we do that. That's not a problem, because we'll give them so much of this land that they'll be happy. I think we've pretty much demolished their armies. Gujarat is starting to slip their war enthusiasm. Possibly they're in another war or something. So we'll try to piece them out just to increase our war score. Nope, not gonna happen. Good try though. This army we're going to send south as soon as it captures Ilam. Okay. Let's send them a gift. And that's Iraq. Enforce religion. Okay, quality ideas. Yeah, we'll do this one. So, well, I guess we might do this idea to increase our... Oop, what's going on there? Yeah, we gotta pull these guys back. Liberate that territory. Just gonna march these guys down south. These guys will march over there. I'm not sure if there's any generals that we could spare from anywhere. Yeah, we'll get our first one here. Okay, Oman, I think we're just going to peace out separately, forcing them to break their relationship. Well, let's take a look here. Gujarat, did you want out? Because I just want a short truce timer. Yeah, their enthusiasm went up. I'm not sure what changed. Muscovite separatists. Okay, you guys need to start putting down some troops. Let's move you north first. Okay, is this your capital? It's gotta be their capital. We can't get down there until this falls. So let's send this guy up north and try to take them out. Okay, Gujarat, are you in another war? You are. So their army marched south down here, but we're in mountains. Revolution in the Ottomans. Okay, Gujarat, we want you out of this war. Yeah, when a short peace with Oman, so I can hit him and force him to return these three things. -6. Let's get this army down there just so we have more cannons. I want to bust through that as quickly as possible. And we'll take that prestige ship because we're going to have plenty of prestige when we're done here. Gujarat, leave the war. Okay, so Jampur is apparently at war with them too. Yep. Do we control the siege? No, they do. So let's just chase after this army. Okay, philosopher. And this has surrendered, so we're marching on towards Muscat. Oman still has high enthusiasm, but I think when we take their capital, they're going to change their opinion. Status 525. Let's go for the 446. So we need to be integrating stuff, so we need those diplo points. And I'm even considering switching our focus to diplomatic after this war and starting to try integrating in more people. And they're probably going for their capital here. So let's start pulling these armies down south and see what we could do. Hopefully they'll do something dumb like move down here and we'll just close that path off and then ignore them. Nope, harsh. Okay, they could wipe us here. Yep, they're definitely trying. Get out of there. And F+5. Okay, Muscat. So that's what we wanted. You guys, all you have to do is break up with your friends. Let's see, how long does that extend it? 1 year? No, we'll just do Persia. 6-year truce. These guys need to get out of there as quickly as possible. And now we can sign this peace deal, maybe. Okay. Let's get these guys. Wait. It's stopping us. We control the only fort. Oh, we don't have any military access. Okay, so let's see what we could take. Actually, that's going to cost us diplo points. So let's just find where the borders of Europe are. So Dagestan. Okay, we also want to see where the borders of Mashriq are. Let me double check all that. Yep. Okay. Do we have anyone else that will be feeding here? Let's take a look. Near East Asia. So we'll take these three from Oman in the next war. Oh, we need stuff up there. Okay, so we also want this, definitely. And these we'll take in the next war. We don't need to worry about any of that. Take their money. I don't think we need to waste any points on anything else. This looks like it would be exactly what we want. So let's just take that. Hey, just double check our embrace Romans. So, okay, we need Mashriq, we need Anatolia. Okay, let's check what all is in Anatolia that we don't have. France, Italy, Iberia, Fez, Cairo, Tunis. Okay. 1 second, getting a text. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, Anatolia, so we do need Van and Aleppo. Let's make sure that we're taking Van. We are. So I think that's all we need. Okay, so we're going to have to go into North Africa a little bit. And we're 1 hour into this video. Okay, so we need to feed Iraq. Baghdad. Sinjar. Rabah. Raqqa. Province, Aleppo. Now they are going to have some rebel problems because all of this is various kinds of Muslim. I think we could core down the rest of that. Okay, Theodora, we can't do too much about. Golden Horde, we're going to grant them Teen. And we'll give Theodoro in our next war with the Commonwealth. And that's not so bad. Got these guys over here. Leave these guys to help suppress rebels. Get these guys down here as well. Move them up there and then down here. Okay, what's our next war after that? So we get pretty long truce timers. Okay, so I'm going to start trying to annex some people. We need to wait 3 years for Riga. That's fine. Let's get this army working. Support 51 Poznan. Okay, that's looking like a pretty good Europe under our domination. Can't go into Italy for basically another 10 years, but then that should be pretty quick to snatch up these. We can't go into France for another 7 years. But between us and Provence, and yeah, I think it'll be just us and Provence, we should eliminate that. Once we're done with this, I think we'll go into Fez. So we'll attack Morocco and then Tunis. And Tunis usually, they don't put any forts here. So they're gonna go down quickly. Okay, not sure where you're supposed to be, but I don't think it's there. So let's march you back over to Italy. You're supposed to be in Rome, I think. Get back home. Yeah, these guys are going to suppress rebels. Just make sure all these are moving. They are. Alright. Now we're not going to be able to core some of this stuff while we're at war with the Ottomans, so Iraq's going to be kind of limited in some of the stuff they can take. But we'll figure that out. Yeah, Alexandria is still our capital. and they don't really have much there in terms of forts. If we can get these guys straight to Alexandria, that'd be great. They might get stopped. But they might be able to sneak past just due to the fact that they were exiled before. This could be a really quick war. Are they bankrupt or something? No, not yet. Let's stay here in Aleppo. Okay, we're going to move north, try to crush that army, and go to Aswan. I should check how much of Egypt we need. We might only need Cairo. Okay, so we have all the Balkans. We're going to have all of Anatolia, Mashriq. Yeah, we're going to have all of Iberia, France, Italy. Yeah, we just need Cairo. So we're going to try to take... well, is any of this the Mashriq? It is. We got to take all this. I'm sure we'll take the prestige hit. Yeah, that's not great. The burghers have a lot of influence. We're going to take their money. Okay, they're not really going to be able to put up an effective defense after this. This army might survive. It's got to retreat somewhere. And when it does, it's pretty dead. It's either going down here or here. Let's actually just wait to see where it goes. Here. Okay, 49%. So we can take quite a lot for ourselves if we need to. Okay, is that a full annexation? No, they got some stuff somewhere else. Wait, what's that? That is the Ottomans. Is that part of the Mashriq? No, that's Persia. Let's take their money. I think we're just going to leave it at that. Guess we could force them to give up some cores if they have any on Iraq. Okay, so we're at 119%. Let's see what of this we can give to Iraq. Okay, I think the rest is pretty cheap to core. So even Alexandria is only costing us 38 core. I'll leave this army here. We'll get this one up to Antioch. And this one I think we'll pick up with our ships and prepare to invade Tunis. Okay, and did that reduce? We're still at 104. Okay, so Sinai we're going to stop coring. And Suez as well. Where's that leave us? Let's wait a few days. Okay, 99.6. Great. Yeah, it's a pretty big army, so we're going to split up into two smaller armies and leave them both here. Yeah, we'll get another cardinal. Okay, so we're up to 41 papal influence. We're definitely gaining papal influence. This army we're going to put in Cairo. This army we're picking up and moving to Malta. Actually, we're going to move them to Cagliari. Start core. Okay, don't need. Okay, those guys are moving. I'm not sure why. I'm going to have to look into that. Okay, we're going to keep this fort here and actually even increase it. And we're going to increase that fort's maxed. Okay, they're moving around because of these guys. That's fine. And when can we start integrating use? 1792. So we don't have too much time left. We definitely need to start integrating some stuff. And I'm wondering how to best do that. I think the best idea is to switch to diplomatic focus. And yeah, for now we'll just build up these points, and if we need to, we'll put in this other policy. I could put in a couple policies possibly. No, these are pretty good. Okay, so Fez and Tunis. Yuck. We'll take the stability up for the moment, because we'll probably get papal influence, enough papal influence to get that back out for free. Get rid of this fort, we don't need it. And not that fort either. We'll leave these guys there until the end of the month. And now we will attack. Imperialism, sure. And we really only need this one province. Okay, I think we need all of these armies over here. So we're going to move this one up to Constantinople. this one up here and march this one down here. We'll meet up with this army, and we'll prepare our invasion of Morocco. See if Tunis takes Fez. If they do, we'll take it from them. RedBstrd is going to beat up on what remains of the Ottomans. We are running low on manpower again. Nope. So let's see if there's anywhere neat that we can make buildings. I mean, obviously we could slow down, but we're not going to do that. I should point out that we're not going as fast as we'd need to be going expansion-wise to get a world conquest or anything like that, but that's not our goal. I'm still kind of rusty with this game right now. It was better before I took a break. I mean, I'm accomplishing a lot of my goals, but doing lots of dumb things and not being very efficient. I guess we just basically spam them all over the place. Making enough money. And let's see, when can we do our next war? Commonwealth is going to have to wait a while. Muscovy is only in 4 years, so that's probably going to be our next one. Unless, of course, Morocco. Okay, free stability here. And a bonus to manpower, I like it. Okay, we're going to wait a month for this garrison to increase and for our men to return to those units. Sure. Their army's pretty small. Okay, well, there's an easy way to figure this one out. Oh, Mark is Christian. That's funny. We can just declare war on Morocco as well, and whoever's troops are there, whoever has control over Fez, will take it from them. So we'll just get these troops in place. 70 units, we'll split them in half and just declare war here. I could block this, but we'll send ships to stop them if they do. Nope. Oh, Cairo's building a fortress. Stop that. We'll upgrade that shortly. Okay, we should be able to capture this before they liberate Tunis, then we'll hit them. And we're just going to stay there and try to keep our manpower going in the right direction. Send along some cannons. And we are suffering some attrition. So let's split this up between these two provinces. Okay, we're suffering attrition here and there, but that's to be expected. Okay, we're going to just move straight down here. And we're going to suffer attrition here, but I don't care. Okay, Tunis. All we need from you is your capital. War reparations. Yeah. If we need to take anything else from them, we'll be able to. So that truce should be pretty short. Yeah, 1800s. So we can go to war with them again if we realize that we need something else. Okay. We will need to integrate in some of these vassals, but we're working on that. We're going to have all of Iberia here in a second. We're going to have to go to war with Portugal again. And France is starting to colonize up here. They're going to take both, so we'll take those from them. Okay. Why don't we leave these guys here to protect this? We'll pick up this army. As soon as this war is over, we're going to declare war on Portugal. Okay, because our next truce is going to be Muscovy. Next truce to expire. Castile. Okay, that is Europe. So we should take that. That's Europe. Should be Africa. Oh, rebels. Get them, guys. Get them. Okay, diplomatic annexation costs, minus 15%. That's glorious for us to be getting right now. Take Marrakesh. There's not a whole lot keeping them in this war. 1 second. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. Yeah, there's not a whole lot, I think, keeping them alive here, so let's see if they would just give us these two provinces. They would, as well take Tangier. And we'll keep the peace short. Keep that fortress there. And then start coring this as soon as possible. Let's see if we can start integrating anyone else, and Riga is ideal, but we need to wait till January, so we'll do that. We'll stay at peace for a couple months. Okay, Iraq is now loyal. The only people that are disloyal are Theodora. That's going to tick down, and we've got 92, so I'm going to placate them. Okay, truces. Muscovy, then France. So I think Castile will be our next target, but we need a little bit of peace. We'll keep Roussillon for the moment. And your trade ships, let's get you trading. Okay, these are warships, so let's get them over with our warships. We're suffering attrition there, but we're not going to be at peace for very long. We're going to be attacking Portugal, and we're going to be attacking Spain. I think we'll pick up these guys. Okay. So Riga, start annexing you. Golden Horde, 1795. So we'll start that off as soon as we can. Iraq is going to be a while. 97. Okay, so what all do we need? So we need to go to war in Italy. We know that. France, the 2 islands in Iberia are all we need, I think. Anatolia will be fine once we annex Iraq, as will be Mashrik. So I think we're going to end up forming the Roman Empire. And we are getting a growth each month here. So let's just ensure that this happens. It's the policy of neutrality. So now we are not getting any each month. But that's fine. Okay, Castile. I just got one more decor after this. And I don't think we're going to be doing too much vassal feeding from now on, just because we've got so many that we need to integrate in. Okay, we'll upgrade these. And I don't think we're about to attack anyone anywhere, including any rebels. So we'll upgrade these. Planet Square. Sure. Tangiers. So we are about Tangiers. Okay, so we got chance of Mamlukian separatists. Yeah, that's fine. These guys should be ready. Okay, the Canaries. Oh, we got troops over here. ships over there, rather. Yeah, we're going to land these guys and start beating up on Mali. I don't think they'll be able to put up much of a fight. Yeah, they don't have much of an army. And these forts are really behind time. We'll take the prestige. Okay, we're going to send these guys back, pick up those guys, and deal with Portugal. Should double check where Iberia is, just to make sure that there's no surprises with, like, you know, they could do something really weird by adding something here in, but I don't think they will. So once we have these 3 islands, we should be fine. Of course, a naval blockade would help here. You know what? We don't need this huge of a navy. Let's pick these guys up. So we can't use Lorenz, but we can use David here. And this isn't... Okay, good. I'll have to find out where that is. Zigua. Sounds like it's in Africa, but I don't know. Okay, so we are going to have to do a landing here, and it looks like they built up their forces, their fortresses, so yeah. I'm going to have to do a Southeastern Africa expedition. Or maybe they'll just give us this. 446, yep. Okay. Let's get them back home. Kayor fell, so let's see if we can go down here. And we don't want massive stretches of territory here, so if they would give up, giving us this one province, we'll take it. And have a very short truce timer. Break the fort. And everything's going okay. You have no idea what our mission is? Yeah, Papal Controller. We're just going to hold on to those points as long as we've got at least 5 dedicated. Sure, Molly. I have no interest in what you're doing. Okay, these troops should no longer be exiled now that they're on ships. So we're just going to send them over here. We'll take this port. And then start worrying about those forts. Okay, Muscovy, 94, so we will attack them as soon as we can. And the port, I think, let's see, do we have it blockaded? That is not the right side, so we're going to move here. And that's where our blockade is. Okay, I really want to be annexing more people right now, but it looks like we're keeping up with. I mean, we're losing points every month, so trying to annex another person right now wouldn't really get us anywhere. Okay, this is going at a much better progress now that we have the fleet here in the right spot. Just keeping an eye right here to see when that other fleet arrives at its destination. And we got a chance of rebels in Georgia. I don't think we can add any of this to states. Okay, so we have arrived. Okay, and let's take a port really quickly. Pick up this fleet just in case. Okay, free stability, sure. Oh, they're giving it a shot with seeing how many of our transports they can try sinking. But their big ships are dying, so that's not really working for them. Okay, we lost a general. And we'll pull these guys out. Cross over to Tanga. As soon as they're ready, we'll start pulling them out. Okay, that's a lot more territory. We need to give 1% more to each of our states. Sadly, we can't give this to the burghers. Okay, we can give this to the nobility though. Definitely not giving that to anyone. Okay, this can go to our clergy. And we need to find something for the burghers. Maybe Bosnan? Sell that sweet, sweet salt. Okay, so our troops are moving into place to deal with Portugal. Just keep an eye on all of our subjects. Riga, we're not... Yeah, we are integrating Riga, so that's not really a problem. Well, we've got a free diplomat. Let's get a royal marriage here with Theodoro. And let's make sure that our relations with Provence are moving in the right direction, so we'll send a diplomat to work on that. And we'll leave one guy working on Theodoro. Actually, Golden Horde, let's see. Golden Horde will probably... Not sure who the next one is going to be. Okay, why don't you go up there? You need to get to the coast. I think we're going to try integrating most of our vassals after this war. Okay, let's send these guys here. Yeah, they're holding out fine until we get that capital. Do we have some Ottoman separatists somewhere? Let's see, what's fueling them? Just Gaza. So we can split these troops up and send part of them to Gaza. Got the Georgians split between 3 different provinces. Ambrati, Kartli, and Samsky. And then we're going to move into here, wreck their navy, hopefully. Hoping for something a little more impressive than that. Okay, Riga is ours. I'm wondering if they're going to automatically go out there at the end of the month. No. Okay, I don't think the Muscovy can put up much of a fight against us, so we're just going to invade them. Let's pull all of these guys to port. Get rid of these forts that we don't need. Riga's is pretty big, we'll leave that there for now. March these guys down. And this army is going to go straight for their capital. I mean, we've got to stop right here. We've got 3 siege general, that'll be nice. Okay, I'm not sure where our exiled armies are. Okay, they stopped being exiled. Definitely don't want these. Okay, don't need these guys in Genoa. It'd be interesting to see what our trade looks like when all is said and done. Okay, so all these look like they're ticking downward. I don't have a lot of... Oh, that's where these guys were. Where's this transport? Yeah, you're gone. Yeah, so once we capture this fort, we'll hit their capital, and I think they'll cave in and give up these provinces. And we don't need anything east of here. This is all Asia. Oh, they consider that to be Europe. So we'll take these two as well. And we've broken both of the walls down here. We're now down to 4 subjects: Provence, Iraq, Golden Horde, and Theodoro. And we'll just keep converting. And trying to top off relations with any of our subjects that might not have maxed out relations. Okay, almost there. Let's see, we can hit them there and then hit their navy. And this is just ensure that they don't try liberating anything. And we are getting more and more papal influence as we're converting stuff. Should keep an eye on what's going on here. Yeah, they might take this fort. I'm reluctant to attack them here. Let's actually just move over here and keep these armies next to each other, just because we don't have a general. And we might have a spare one somewhere that I'm not using. Yeah, we do. Vincent. Okay, Vincent. Let's chase after him. Where are you going? Okay, so we've captured their capital. Ottoman Australia is trying to get their independence. See, that bugs me because once they get it, they're going to change their name to something boring like Australia. They were Ottoman Australia, and they're trying to give that up. And I don't know if I can support that. One second. Sorry, I'm having to fight off a sneeze. I don't want to sneeze in your guys' ears. Okay, so Portugal we really don't need much from. We just want this island. As well take those islands too, because they made us fight for it. 1,600 ducats. Don't mind if we do take that. And they're Catholic, so that's nice. Definitely getting rid of that fort. Don't have to take that back if rebels or something seize it. Okay, let's get our guys onto the ship, get them back to Europe. Okay, now we should have all of Iberia. We do. We've got all of Iberia, we have all of the Balkans directly owned by us. We just need Italy, France, and to integrate in Iraq. Okay, that was nice. "53 noble couples for the Republic." Yeah, I kind of like those at all. I guess we'll go for the Morale of Armies guy. And do we have any rebel chance here? We do not. Now we've got 0.5%. So let's just march these guys up. And we'll march these guys over. And we'll deal with them once we get there. Yeah, these guys are loaded up on the ship, so let's get them back to Europe. We'll just drop them off here in North Africa and sort it out from there. We're going for that guy. We just need as many points as we can get. We'll go for their... Did they move their capital? No, that's it. Just can't see the little marker. We'll take this back soon enough. And why don't we march this army up here to help with that project? Let's get these guys here so that they have all the cannons. Okay, we're going to march south through here. Yeah, they look pretty big, but those are Indian troops. Probably Westerners, yeah. They are caught up on military attacks, so they might actually be tougher than I was giving them credit for. They've got offensive and defensive. Pretty good prestige. And their ideas include infantry combat ability. So yeah, their troops should actually be pretty decent. I'm not going to disparage them. And I think we can invade France right now. We can. We don't have the troops in place for it at the moment. Do that. Give them money. Got plenty of money. Okay, we wiped them. Naval attrition reduced. This next idea is going to be really good for us. Let's crank that all the way to the top in case we ever do suffer Any corruption? Okay, so we just need to capture this. We probably don't need all of these guys there, so let's cut half these guys off. And all of these horses. Be a really bad composition if we get attacked in either one of these armies. But I think we're okay. Okay, here comes our fleet. Let's split these guys in half, march them up. I should keep an eye on what's going on over here, particularly when I commented that this army isn't well defended. Okay, so let's get these two guys together, and then we'll split them in half again. We don't need too much from Muscovy. This isn't Europe. They still have medium war enthusiasm. So we'll wait till we crush a few of these armies a bit. But I don't think they'll be able to hold on to that fantasy for very long. Let's see, yep, both their allies do have pretty good war enthusiasm. They're running around like crazy over here. Let's pull into Flandern and start breaking that down into smaller armies. They built a fort in Paris? No, they left it as weak as it was. Do we dare do this? I don't think we can justify doing that right now, because none of our vassals are disloyal from our backward military tech. Let's actually buy this down. Or backward diplomatic tech, rather. And when can we invade the Commonwealth? 98, so 2 years. Okay, now they're not very excited about being in this war, so we'll take these two. Not quite ready for that, but they will be really soon. So let's hit them here. Three, 5, 1, 3, 5, 2. Okay, we need to get these relations with Provence higher. Because I want to start integrating everyone, including them. Humanist ideas. Now we're going to start coring all the stuff that we get, so I don't think we can justify that quite yet. Okay, Muscovy. Not demanding much from you. Okay, we could hit these guys. The good thing is if we get that next idea from Humanist, we'd basically not have to worry about most rebellions happening. You're so aggressive, France. You really think that's the right way to live your life? Okay, so they're willing to accept this. Okay, so we'll start coring this. And doing it with anywhere that has really high unrest. Okay, that looks pretty good. We can still do this, but again, I'm entirely eager to do that. Ming. I mean, but why not? Westernized Ming. They're pretty cool. Okay, so let's get these guys back. The first thing I want to do is start getting them ready. Okay, so Iraq wants you inside of me. Oh, have to wait till May. Okay, we'll wait till May. So you're getting Golden Horde. Theodora, we're going to wait on because we can feed them back this core. And they're going to be really quick. And we want to get them up to 190 relations anyway. Okay, these guys. Let's come down to the Volga. Or Astrakhan. Okay. 1 second here, getting a text. Oh, sorry about that. Let's take a chance to see how long the video has been going. 2 hours, good. So this should be encouraging to anyone if they're trying to get achievements like the Restoration of Rome 1, Mare Nostrum. I think there might be a few places that you need in addition for Mare Nostrum, maybe some of this coastal stuff. I'd have to look at the achievement itself, the actual words in it. I know you need a few things like Yedisan, I believe you need for Mare Nostrum that you don't need to form the Roman Republic. But regardless, the point is that I started off as Brabant, and I didn't have a chance of getting any personal unions or anything like that, and just through brute force have pushed it this far. And I haven't been playing super this run, to be perfectly honest. There's some sloppiness involved. When can we next? Let's see, if we're looking at Iraq, May. So let's start giving some subsidies here. I'll lose money. let's get 2 per month. We'll be losing a little bit of money temporarily, but we're going to cancel those as soon as we start integrating them. As we're suffering attrition all over the place, these two. And these guys we need to get back to the front. But my point was that if I could get these achievements, fulfill the requirements from while playing as Brabant, you could easily do this as the Ottomans or France or whoever you want to be using. When I did it for the actual achievement, I did it as Milan. So they were a republic too, and that just felt right as an Italian republic restoring the Roman Empire. Oh, it's starting to slow down. Okay, here's the papal controller. Papal state? The hell is that? You sure that there's a papal state? Okay, I think they're making stuff up. I guess they won't elect us as the papal controller when we hold Rome, something like that. But there aren't a whole lot of Catholic nations left in Europe that can have cardinals. Oh, Iraq actually has cardinals. How is that possible? Did they change that? Because maybe they changed it that you can get cardinals. So I'm seeing that, right? Iraq has 2 cardinals. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Whoops. It was not the screenshot button at first. And just for reference, that everyone can see it, that's Iraq. Okay, we're almost at the point where we can start integrating in Provence. We've got 2 going. Theodoro, not yet, but we'll get them soon enough. Provence should only take a month or 2 more. Okay, let's march you over west as well. Might as well send you. And they'll still leave this army, that one, and a few down here. Yeah, so that's good. Okay, so we're going to start integrating in Provence. Okay, they're at war, so no point waiting till the first of the month. Okay, let's get these guys, put the 3 seats general here, and you get that one, Vincent. Okay, these guys, actually let's put them down here and these guys up there. That way the one more likely to be attacked will have the general, and this one without the general will be down here and in the hills. So that should work out. And we might as well improve relations with Ming, they're our ally after all. And of course, one advantage that we had in this game was forming the Netherlands. So we have the Dutch Republic, and that generally gives really good leaders. So it does make sense to form Netherlands if you're trying to get the Roman Republic achievement. Oh, they're putting up a good fight. Lots of cavalry. Lots of cannons too. Part of it's that we're rolling garbage. Yeah, we're gonna have to pull out of there. Oh, we'll bring those troops. And we've got many, many thousand more marching. 100,000 more. We don't need all of these troops down there, so I think we can pull these 32,000 out of the Caucasus and send them. I like how slow it's getting. Let's remind all of our subjects, in case they forgot, that we want them to be supportive. I do have the troop count where they could force us out of here, even with our subject Provence coming in. Yeah, 5511 is a pretty good general. Okay, let's march down there. But this is really the last chance that they're going to have. Because after that, all of our armies will be over here. Oh, they're going to crush them before we even get this reinforcements in. Yep. But that's okay. We can afford to throw away tens of thousands of men. Oh. Let's actually pull these out. Okay, let's just stay back here. Persia's going to beat up on the Ottomans. My money is definitely on Persia. Okay, we do need to remember to invade Oman whenever we can. It looks like we might be able to do that right now. Yeah. So we're going to pull this guy back at the start of the next month. Okay, if they split their troops up foolishly like this, then we're going to punish them for it. They're doing really well until they made that mistake. They might be able to get that army up there in time. But again, I'm not overly concerned with it. They can win battle after battle here. They're still going to lose the war. They just don't have the troops. So it'll take disaster after disaster for them to really make any progress against me. And one disaster and they're done. And I think that might have been their disaster right there. We'll keep an eye on it. These guys we should actually move back now that we realize that we can invade Oman. Okay, so let's see how many men they lose this month. Yep, that's quite a lot. Okay, this army could use a general. Hopefully somebody with siege. And that's putting him in a bad spot. Let's pull these guys up and blockade Normandy again. Okay, I need to take a drink because I'm losing my voice. Okay, no more. We'll just crush them in a minute. It looks like they're retreating over here. Get up there. Yeah, we can. Let's try to crush them first. Okay, our treaties are finishing with the Italians. That's great news. And we're going to take the capital here. So first we're going to take this. It's level 2 fort, march down to that capital, and just take these three. Everything's integrating nicely. Okay, so that was the rebels, not their army. Their army took some hits, and it should be wiped out here. Okay, let's get the unrest reduction. We're not coring anything at the moment. I mean, we're coring things, but we're not saving up points to core. Where are you guys going? Away. Okay, so we called off that seaborne siege. So we won't really need it. Once these two fall, we'll just march up. I'm trying to make a fight of this. Making a good showing of it. These French troops aren't garbage. Okay, so yeah, an artist. We don't need an artist. But we need better stuff than that. Okay, 25. Now we'll just go up here. These guys down south. Well, that's a lot of empty units. So let's get them back up behind the shelter of walls until their infantry is recovered. Okay, what's going on here? 35%, and we can move north, crush them, move to their capital, call it a day. That guy's nice. Okay, you guys really need more troops in their general to be doing something that reckless. Nice. And once we capture this, we'll have a lot more movement. Okay, Poitou. Definitely want to hit him, so let's take this guy, Vincent. Move through here. See if we can get some reinforcements. Brabant should help us out. And this will save the siege, as long as we run. Of Cairo, good. France is not too enthused about this war. Okay, they're marching. Nope, they're just staying right there. Let's actually hit them right here. And then march up there. Okay, these guys come down here. Not sure where those guys marched from. They came to deal with rebels, I know that. But we'll put them to another use. Okay, truce with the Commonwealth. Yeah, we can launch that war. Let's get these guys up here. These guys are about ready to go there, and we can leave this for the Golden Horde. Actually, we can move these guys up. French are once again performing pretty impressively. I'm not sure that that's going to help them out too much. Let's go here, get them south, and we'll just wait for the opportunity to take them over there. Oh, they snuck past us. But we'll get this army down here as soon as possible. Oh, they're not going to get there in time. Whoa, they stack wiped us. Okay, so we'll replace those guys. Oh, they won again. At least this time we'll be able to bring in a general. And once we win, they won't have a lot of options of where they want to retreat. Okay, so we stack wipe them in retaliation. Send these guys north. I should move these guys through here because I think they're going the long way around. To Maine. Yep. Okay. Wow, we've spent a lot of money. Oh, you know why? We are still subsidizing them. Let's raise some more taxes. Try getting that cash back. Oh, we do have 80% here. Okay, so that will expire in 5 years. We could pull something from them, but that would just upset them. See what happens if we get a bunch more land from integrating vassals. Okay, anyway, we've got a new diplomat back, so let's hit them. That's their capital. No fort other than the capital fort. This is no protective fort either. This does. That's only level 4. So I think we got them. And France is just about out of it. So we stack wipe them again. And I can still, try putting together an army. Actually, I'm just going to leave this guy here. I'll split up this fleet so we can blockade both these ports. As soon as one of them surrenders, probably this one in Picardy, I'll send our navy east to blockade that Commonwealth. Maybe not. Might want to keep our navies close together, given what I see of the French Navy right there. Okay, so we're making cash. English Colombia is attacking the Ottomans, probably over colonies. Oh, we lost that. We'll take it back. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so that shouldn't be too hard to get them to peace out. I'll just start sieging these one after the other. I'm not going to carpet siege because I don't want to micromanage that much. So 60% war score on the Commonwealth. Basically the only thing keeping them in the war is that fort. And it can only hold out for so long. France is the papal controller. Yeah, there's no papacy. That's so weird that they got to be the papal controller. I think it's because I hold Rome. They're just not going to give it to me. Just waiting for this stuff to fall. Okay, so let's get this up here. If it doesn't fall, and by the time our ships are up there, that blockade should end it. These guys south, these guys west. And then we'll prepare for invasion of Italy. Okay, they're probably going to move down here to help out. So hopefully we wipe them first. Because adding in 20,000 more troops could turn the battle with that 3-star general. Yeah, I think it will. Okay, let's pull back to here. Regroup. We'll send enough troops to drown them in men. And not much hope of that holding out very much longer. I think I'll peace out France last. Vincent. Just because we're going to have to give some of it to Provence. I don't know exactly how much. We'll have to see how much we take from everyone else. Yeah, this is over. Okay, Yan is our general here. Okay, I think we're doing all right. Not suffering too much attrition. Suffering up there. This will stop in a sec. Okay, they're going to be moving down there. Okay, so we took the Neva. That's great. Let's give this back to Theodoro. And sign this peace deal. Okay, they are done. We'll take all their money. Getting their full annexation, yep. It's just general principle, taking all these cores. It claims on way too much of our stuff. Okay, so we got most of them. Let's see, what kind of progress are they making? Just 10%. Okay, we're obviously not going to keep all of these guys here. Split half and send them there. Okay, capture that. Let's capture this. And we can move this 3 siege guy over. Glory to us. We'll integrate things in more quickly now. So it's good that we saved all those points rather than teching up. That would have been a mistake. Okay, we are almost done here. So let's get our troops in place for wars in Italy. That guy's suppressing rebels, so that's fine. Okay, we got these guys down here. This guy's here. This guy there. Okay, so we still will have to integrate in Theodoro. Oh, I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're not seemingly going for their capital. So let's just offer them a peace deal. With these 3, let's just double check, make sure that our borders are lining up with what they want, what we want them to be. It's looking good. Let's take all our money too. Just kind of worried there for a second. It looked like something crazy was happening. So we'll core that. It's only 7. Core that and get rid of the fort. We don't need that. Okay, now we know how much overextension we can take. So as soon as that diplomat is back, sure, whatever. We'll sign this peace deal. I wonder, do they still have cores? They do not. Okay, that's really important for us attacking them. You have to see what the sequence is going to be like. Whether we can core or whether we have to stop. And, you know, warring with Sardinia Piedmont. CN. Okay, so all 3 of our generals are right around there. I'm unsure. Okay, this might not be enough. War score. Yeah, we're gonna have to war with them again. Okay, so let's just leave them with Paris. Take all their forts that we can. Okay, so we could take that. But we don't need this stuff, do we? What's the French region? Is that France? That is France. So we want those, but we don't need necessarily those 2. Okay, that looks pretty good. I don't mind truce breaking. To get us what we need. Okay, so we're way over right now. We're going to give some of this away. Okay, so what do you want? Brabant. You should really have Tower and Anjou. And not let's give Gasconia. Okay, let's see what that puts us at. 126. So we do have to give them a little bit more. And how about Laborde and Armagnac? Where does that put us? 122. Back. That should bring us to 115. And lose. Okay, let's see where this puts us. 103. Let's give him Finisterre as well. We can't. Okay. Well, we can give him Lotharingian. Okay, so that works for us. Start coring this. And then hopefully, yeah, they should have time to core everything. We'll at least be able to core our stuff, so that's not a problem. Okay, and let's declare war on Sardinia Piedmont. So I should put David in charge up here. Of course, we're attacking in the mountains, so this is going to be ugly. That's okay. Okay, we got him down to 79, so that's fine. We're just not going to give him anything else. Clergy and the nobility can get some stuff. How about clergy there? The nobilities need something, potentially nope. Something that we've conquered fairly recently, if possible. Like this wouldn't be bad. Okay, so now the burghers want some stuff, but we're not going to give it to them until their influence goes down, and that should happen in 1804. Well, they do have a lot of support. That's a lot of loyalty. Sorry about that. Clearing my throat. Okay, with all of our overextension, we're going to be losing some money, but just temporarily. Okay, so we hit them. That's looking good. Let's hit them. So when does our truce with France expire? 1811, so we wouldn't even need to truce break. We might just be able to attack one of their allies too. Yes, we took Piedmont. Yeah, they're not going to be able to hold out for very long here. They have one significant fort, and we got the guy with 3 siege on it. We need 5 more artillery to get the maximum bonus, though. So let's get him. Okay. Let's get this guy down here. We can pull his General David off, stick him right there. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Free stability, can't complain about that. Can't annex any of this stuff quite yet. We could potentially, like, you know, create a new vassal and feed it all, but then it would take 10 years to be able to start integrating it, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to occupy everything and wait. Modena fell. These 5 are going to go down and help out with that siege. We can pull these guys to Brabant and set them to put down rebels. Okay, Provence can't support them, but Nantes can. So I'll stick him in Nantes. This guy will go up here to Picardy. Okay, this fleet can go into port. Okay, so we can give that away. Let's see if that would be enough to put their burgers. So we'd just bring them up to 79.8 influence. So let's give that to the estate. Okay, so that lied to us. But we can pull something from them if we really need to. Okay, 550, yeah. Okay, this guy's gonna pull around to Luca. Oh, 1 second. The kitty's being loud in the background. Okay, sorry about that. One of our cats is having some aggression issues with the other one, so I had to separate the 2 of them. Okay, so this should fall, and they'll just pester us about peace deals that don't really interest us much. No point in... Oh, you guys can go back and port. Looks like they snagged some ships somewhere along the way. And then this fleet will just pull in here to pick up those 2 ships. Okay, it's just under 3 hours for this video, so that's pretty nice. Okay, foreign ministers in Lucca, whatever, no one cares. So we can take 10%. Let's actually see how much this is. It's only 9.6. And we can take 9.6, but it might round up or something. So I'm actually not going to risk doing that quite yet. Ours even more developments. Yeah, so we're just going to hold the line for now, wait for some of this stuff to core. Let me just make sure that there's no weird expenses because we're losing money. Looks like it's forts. Oh, we're buying down our corruption, spending quite a lot of money to keep that low. We've clearly got some unbalanced research here with our diplomatic and military tech. That's not going to get better anytime soon, but we could really just hold out. Okay, Metz, Artois, and Picardy, so anything else we can convert? I'm just going to ignore their messages. We do need to start integrating Theodoro, so I'm going to improve relations with them. They may get upset as we're integrating in multiple subjects. So we should have 2 people integrated. And while we're waiting here, let's just see, what do we need? Italy, France, Anatolia, Mashrik, and a peace. We're going to have those things. Oh, so slow at the late game. Man, it's so super slow. What the hell's going on that could be slowing the game down that much? It's usually when there's rebels. Oh, this might be the problem. Let's pick up some troops here and try to deal with their rebel problem. So late game rebels are one of the biggest issues. That seems to slow down the computer. Some down here, but oh, and some over here. Yeah, it could be all the rebels in different places. Wars are the other thing that slow it down. It's basically like playing on speed 2 right now. Don't care. 58 points minimum. Okay, so we have them all fully occupied, and we're just waiting for our opportunity to start annexing. Still suffering attrition, so we'll split these armies up. Oh, we've got a pretty impressive Brabant. Starting as a 4-province minor, subject to somebody else. To being the master of Europe. We'll need to take Greenland from France in the next war, by the way. Let's see if France has any allies that we can beat up. They do. Them. So slow. I don't really have too much to say. Well, nothing is happening. And now we should have enough to start coring one of them in 57 and 91. That's around 15%. Yeah, I don't know how many more videos I'll be able to do today. I'd like to be able to finish this off. The throat's just starting to get dry. Definitely gonna need to take a break before too long. Okay, hopefully it speeds up after these guys are dead. There's 6,000 there, 8,000 there, 7 there, 8 there. Okay, so that's a good start. I think they might have had these guys, these rebels, for a while. Because we kept getting that event to like send them a couple thousand ducats. I forgot that there still was a Muscovy. Okay, we got these guys back in port. No rebels or anything popping up over here, so we're okay. Yeah, so it starts speeding up again. It's still going pretty slow, but not nearly as slow. I think I'm on to something about the rebels being too much for them to process. Okay, so Iraq is ours. So just double check, make sure that that gives us all of the Mashriq. Nothing new to core, that's good news. Okay, if we have all that, so we just need France, Italy, and peace. We don't even need to core everything. Some estates once more. We can give the nobility something, potentially. Okay, this is nice every time that we integrate an estate, as we then no longer have to worry about rebels from them. I'm just going to send these guys to Moscow. Okay, I'm going to give something else. To our nobility. Not sure what to give them. Oh, we could give them this. Yeah, that seems satisfying. And now we should be finishing up coring everything here. Go away, go away, go away. Not everything, but a lot of stuff, rather. Okay, let's get these guys all up to Gwale. Yeah, look how much faster it's running now. So pick these guys up, make sure that none of our other subjects are experiencing anything like that, and head back to Europe. Okay, so still at 90. David van Egmont has finally passed. Okay, need one more point. And now we can start coring Mets. Okay, so just to get as accurate numbers as possible, I'm going to wait till we've cored these three. Just simplify the math. Okay, that's pretty good. So we can take 43 worth of stuff. So let's start with Milan. Okay, we can take 30 worth of stuff. Nice. Plenty of cash. So this isn't ticking down, sadly. Let's see if it does tick down a little. It says it's going to. Okay. Manpower guy, definitely. So our maximum is over 1,000,000, so we would have gotten that achievement. Oh man. Okay. Why don't we send you guys some money? Send you 1,000,000. Or we'll send you 500. Make some troops. Golden Horde is ours. These guys will get rid of the mercs. Send the rest up to Moskva. Get rid of them. Get rid of that. Definitely don't need that. Do we have any other small armies running around I need to know about? Doesn't look like it. Should get this. That'll give us 11, so we'll have 13 points worth of stuff. I think we'll have to wait till Co is cored as well. I'll just keep an eye on what's going on here. Should be making troops. Got 5,000. Send them. Another 500 ducats. No, don't get your troops on the transport. Deal with your rebels. You should be moving these guys down there. Okay. Well, I think then what we need to do is actually start building troops in their territory. And we're coring that. So Navarre and Picardy. Everything else we can convert. Goes pretty close. And Sardinia and Piedmont's going to take a while. Because before we can annex all that, we're going to need to start coring all this stuff. 64% for Provence. That's 1803. So we've still got some time, but we don't have a lot of time to waste. Slow down again at the moment they have rebels. Okay, Navarre Picardy. Nope. Okay, so we can take 25 worth of stuff from Ferrara. So we can definitely do that. Tons of cash from them. And we'd better check on revolt chances here. Some Modena we'll deal with. Okay, so we can take 15 more, but that's not going to be enough. So we're going to hold out. Okay. Yeah, now it's sped up again, so I'm definitely keeping these guys permanently there if it's going to be that much of a hassle to have rebels pop up. See if we can get anything from the States. So this is still ticking down, so we'll wait a few more months and then we'll try to buddy up with them. And we'll let them. Okay, so Floride is fighting for their independence against France. That's great because they have very little here. Okay, Army Tradition 10. Yeah, up to 92. One of the problems that we were suffering fighting France is that we only occupied, their continental stuff, and we didn't go for all the colonies and all that. But if France is fighting against at least some of its, two of its subjects, then that's good. Sure. Okay, what's your level of? I don't know, 4%. Okay, so we do want peace for just a little bit so that we can start integrating in Theodora. Sure, whatever. Stop bugging us. Okay, 1816. And that's gone away, so we can offer our burgers something else. Looks like there was at least one trade thing we could give them. Remember exactly where it was. It was here. Okay, and they're back up to 80. But in 1804, which is this year at the end of it, their influence is going to drop down. So we just need to wait until we have some room to annex this. Okay, so we have 35 now. Let's get a sense of how much we actually need. $64. So I think these three will be enough to do it. So that's about a year. And then we'll find some way to get into a war with France, possibly just truce breaking. One way would be to attack Lennewick, but I'm not sure that France would rally to their defense. If they would, that's great. Then we can take some stuff, and if need be, then turn it right around and truce break. One thing that we could do is just enough room for that? Yeah, why can't... Oh, it's a 20 development. Well, we don't need this fort. Let's instead put a town hall. Where else? No guy, Bailey, Shatiro, Yeek. Okay. Whoops. Buildings. Okay, so where's our region? I must be blind. It's supposed to be somewhere in here. There we are. Okay, so we have Yake. Yoli, Shatir, Lower Yik. There we are. Okay, Fez, Srai, Ukek. Here, back here. Okay, so those will all start reducing. Circassia. We're already trying to convert, so that'll be okay. Shetsk. Should be right up here somewhere, right there. We're trying to convert that, and we can't put another building in, so that's okay. Okay. Ew. So we'll go for the statist. Okay, so that rival chance has gone away. Pisa, sure. Or that disaster chance, I should say. Should be ticking back down. And it hadn't had a chance to get very far, so yeah, only 5% left. Okay, we're going for a call for peace. It's 64, so we're almost there. But we could sign it right now and, you know, last just a little while. But I think we could just wait till September. Moskva. Converted, so Siena. And everything's basically ticking down. Got rebels popping up here, so we'll have to deal with that. Not a big deal, though. Okay, so we put in this building, but they still have a little bit of unrest. They did. And we get everything we did, so we can take 73 worth of stuff. Taking 64 and all their money. Alright, we'll start coring this stuff that we can. And we definitely don't need this fort. Or this one. Don't need this. Now let's get these troops over to the French border. We'll leave these units here. We shouldn't need them. And France is losing these wars. Wait, Trier? Okay, Trier got their independence. No, we're not entertaining an independent Trier. 90%. Okay, let's go up there, put the 3 siege guy in control. And France no longer has cores on that. Did they lose their war? No. Must have been rebels or something. They'd vote we just took. So that hasn't been cored yet. Okay, so we're at peace. Let's start integration here. And now there's only a few nations left to qualify here. Take imperialism. I think they should just have a capital fort. Should be hilarious, because that won't hold out for very long. 30% next already. I'm not sure if it's worth it to invade France early at this point, truce break. So we'll see if we can get around doing that. So we can take 9 points worth of stuff. This is probably more than that. Yeah, it's 18. So let's wait for this to core. Yeah, truce breaking with France would also be an issue in the sense that if we were to do so, we wouldn't be able to core any of the stuff from them that we're still coring. So we at least have to wait till that is done. Oh, we have our allies in Ming. Shouldn't forget about them. Let's improve relations. With anyone else? Brabant? Sure, let's be friends. Okay, this video is getting pretty long. It's 3.5 hours, but I think we're going to hold out for another half an hour or so. City-state wants independence. No. So we'll put Yan in charge of that. Wait, Genoa. So I'm so used to having that happen in Venice. Okay, Theodora is ours. Okay, we have 22 available. Let's see, Albenga, Cuneo, Piedmont. So anything in the Italian region we shouldn't be converting. Yeah, we'll just increase the autonomy here. Okay, so we still need... Well, it looks like we have everything that France has cores on is now... Sure, Brabant. It's now cored. Now we need to give nobility and burghers some stuff. So let's see if there's anything in Italy we can give the burghers that they might want. Doesn't look like any of this is in the States. Okay, this should go to our clergy. And why don't we give this to the burghers? And the nobility can have that. Everyone should be happy. Okay, France, who are you allied with? La Plata and Linwick. So if we can attack Linwick, and get France to come in, that would be ideal. France might not honor it, though. Ooh. Okay, we have a truce with them, too. What about if we're to attack, was it La Plata? Okay, so France would come in, Mexico would come in. We don't care. We can drop troops off down there. And we'll just move these guys down and back up. Yeah, it didn't work out so well this time for France. Okay, so yeah, we'll put on a ship here. Get him moving up here. Put a level 8 fort just to annoy us. Yeah, France is going to be in bad shape, particularly if they decide to peace out with their subjects. If their colonial nations get free, and it's all over from... I mean, we can't take too much from them, because they're not a co-belligerent, but we'll just turn around to truce break and beat them up again. As soon as we core everything, that is. Okay, so I think we should technically control the entire Italian region. Yep, so all we need is France, and we're going for as much of it as we can get right now. So we go for this one that doesn't have the fort first. Sadly, we just lost the guy with 3 siege. We're about to integrate in Provence. Hopefully they've cored everything. Otherwise they could wreck us here. I think we'd be okay. Okay, let's see what they have cored and what they don't. Okay, so they do have some stuff that they have not yet cored. Still coring. Wish you could pause integrations. One thing that we could do is turn off some of our policies. Yeah, let's actually do that. Okay, so we're going to wait for them to core everything, or at least for us to core everything. And then we'll just reactivate those 2 policies. Okay, Master Recruiter. We get a bunch of people in Brabant. Come on, guys, you know we're a republic. Accept it. And our time is 3.5 hours. Okay, long videos. Hamilton, sure, whatever. Can't imagine that you'd actually need access. But if it gets you to stop bugging me over it, sure, you can have access. Okay, so we only have 3 relations. One's with Provence, and then we have our 2 allies. So we could drop all this stuff for diplomatic reputation as soon as we... Well, I guess it helps us with our subject nations, our vassals. Yeah, whatever. There's only 3 nations here that can have subjects, or cardinals. Okay, so now we can take a lot more stuff. Let's take another look at what they still have cored. Okay, so that's a territorial core, but it's cored. So the only thing they don't have cored is this one, Province Anjou. So I'm going to reactivate those policies. should integrate them next month. And we definitely don't need all these forts. And we've got even more of the French region. Okay, we've broken through the walls here, so that shouldn't take us too much longer for us to destroy it, capture it. And we've got over 100% religious unity. Now we can get our diplomatic tech up. Making free stuff there. Not really any point. We're basically at our cap. So let's get mercantilism, I guess. Okay, Paris is ours. And we're going to keep just avoiding anything that could possibly be Italian stuff that we need to core. Okay, did we become... Nope. Okay, 532 or 615. Do you like 615? They've got very low war enthusiasm, so once we capture this, we'll send our fleet down, try to attack them, and take this and whatever we can from France. Okay, so that didn't take very long at all. I guess we're going to land here. Yeah, their forts are gonna be ours. Okay, clergy has only 43. So sure, tolerance to the true faith would be nice. All of those bonuses are things we want. Okay, France has medium war enthusiasm still. Let's get caught up here a little bit. So I guess I should, if I do end up taking a break here, should check to see what the exact confines of achievement are for Mare Nostrum. Could be that we need a few more provinces in North Africa or something like that, in which case then we'd want to take them. Okay, I think they ended one of their wars. We're going to take this one without a fort. Okay, Anjou and Lotharingen, we can't core till we're out of this war with France. Okay, France has low war enthusiasm. Let's see what we can take from them. 35% worth of stuff. Take those. I think we can hold out for more. Okay, La Plata, where's your capital? That's your capital. But somebody else's siege yet. So let's see what happens if there's a peace deal or something here. Okay, too bad we can't separate peace out Mexico. Okay, there's clearly a peace there. So we'll grab that capital as soon as we can. We're going to lose control of this. It's funny all these countries that we've kicked off of the continents are attacking each other. Okay, this should be easy to capture. Okay, sure. Have all the separatism you want. Okay, that went very quickly. At least this is giving us a chance to core and convert everything. They're trying to take this back, but I think we'll beat them. We've just got so much siege building. Do another. Sure. Sure, we'll definitely get that. Might as well just load these guys up and send them straight in there. Okay, so it's just those two. Okay, France, did you peace out? Okay, I wonder what it will take to knock Mexico out. It's their capital. Okay, their capital's here. It does have some pretty big forts. Wondering how much stuff they'd be willing to give us. Let's ask France directly. They wouldn't do 48. They would do 40. And that's pretty good. Let's, actually, could we... Yeah, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. La Plata is not going to defend him, I don't think, so... We should just go for that, and... Well, let's see. $500 ducats, takes some of their territory. And that sounds pretty good. Okay, now what we can do here is force them to break up with France, take their money or operations. Okay, so we take that. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, we got these 7,000 guys we inherited. We don't need them. Let's send these guys over to Muscovy. Okay, we need to get these guys back home. How long is it going to take us? Oh, 64 worth. Okay, we might as well wait for this stuff to core. So I am going to stop the video here, and then we should have one more, because it'll go over 4 hours. That's pretty ridiculously long. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. This has been RedBstrd with another Let's Play of EU4, where we start as Brabant, we become the Netherlands, and next video I think we're going to become the Roman Empire. So stay tuned for that.